Hey yo, what's up? You know who it is. Your boy TDG in the building, DOHH. Like to welcome you guys back to the diary. It feels so good to be back doing what I love to do, giving y'all information about these video games. You know how we get down. Today, if you haven't noticed by the title screen you're currently looking at, we are taking a look at Kamen Climax Heroes for the Nintendo Wii. Now, before I get started, an editorial if I may. When I reviewed Climax Heroes on the PS2, I had some disparaging remarks about Kamen Rider Dragon Knight the series. I'd like to take those things back. I really do. Because at the time when I reviewed that game, the show was more about trying to build up Zodiac as a villain and men trying to deal with shit and Kit trying to deal with shit. It was just lots of shit dealing all around. And they were just trying to build story early, and that's where I was when I watched it, because it wasn't enough Matt Mullins beating people ass, and it wasn't enough action for it to be considered that, like, Ryuki is an action-based show. They were less heavy on the drama about it, even though the drama was serious, and it was more about hopping in the mirror world, slashing niggas up. That's what it was. Early on, Dragon Knight didn't do that, and it was just boring as hell. It later picked up, and then unfortunately, because the CW can't manage a show to save their damn life, fuck you motherfuckers for canceling Secret Circle. Excuse me. But they didn't know how to correctly manage it. I really honestly think it would have been better served on like Cartoon Network when they were going through their it's cheaper to make live action stuff phase. You know, it is what it is. But like I say, Kamen Rider Dragon Knight's a great show. So if you haven't watched it, you should. And if you're on the fence or you say you hated it when I thought at the same time it sucked, you may want to take a second look at it. And this has been Rex Soprano with the Public Service Announcement. Now that I've absolved myself of my sins, all that good shit, let us review this game. Let's do that. Let's review the game over here. Pay attention, over here. Okay, cool. Now, this is your main menu. It says main menu in big giant black letters. So maybe we should explore a little bit. What y'all think? Yeah. Now, one player mode, you get arcade mode. Now, arcade mode, the only reason you'll ever play arcade mode is because you have to play this with all the characters to unlock all the characters. It's like, not all the characters are unlocked in arcade mode, but it's like you have to be arcade mode with this character to unlock this character here and such and so and so. Arcade mode itself is 6 fights, then a 7th fight with Zodiacs. Now, Zodiacs is kind of like your Doral, your Rido, your set type of character, where they have random moves. But in Zodiac's case, it all depends on what's randomly selected. So he's more like a Mokujin or Combat or an Inferno in a way, because Zodiac can only do what he's allowed with his random selection. Now he gets a random attack vent of some sort, and he also gets a random advent summon. So you never know. Like he'll have like the blaster for Ryuki, and then he'll be able to summon Blockwing or something. Now I've seen it. It's random what happens, but it happens. So it is what it is. You know, versus COM mode, you know, versus CPU mode. You know how much I love this. I've been doing reviews for how long, and I've been gushing about modes like this for how long. Exactly. And training mode. We'll be back here like we always do to take a look at characters and do all that kind of stuff. Multiplayer mode, just one-on-one. Not anything extra you can really fiddle with other than any options. Excuse me. Mirror World. Now here's where things start to get a bit interesting. Now, like I said earlier, in order to unlock characters, you have to play arcade mode. In order to unlock money to buy the stuff in card mode, which is down there, is that you have to play Mirror World way too much. And that's really one of the things I really do not like about this game, is that you have to play Mirror World a little too much in my opinion. It's like, to compare it to future series, Climax Heroes 4Z got it right. Kamen Rider Climax Heroes 4Z got unlocking characters right. Is that all you have to do is play one mode, And when you beat all the missions with this character, beat all the missions with this character, and then once you beat all the missions with all the characters, you unlock all the characters. So, you know, it's like that, and I really like that simplicity when it comes to that. But in here, you have to beat the mode, and then it's like if you want to buy a card for a certain character, you have to find that character in Mirror World and beat them while they have that card equipped, and it's random if they have the card equipped or not. So it's a random crapshoot to unlock everything. I will never take the time to unlock the stuff in this game ever again. I have my save backed up on an SD card, so I don't ever have to play this much Kamen Rider Dragonite again. Not saying that it's a good game, it's that it just takes way too long to unlock the characters in this game, and it's very nonsensical in that fact, and I just, you know, I just have to just point fingers and wag and bitch at it because it's just stupid. It just is. I can't really say anything else about it. It doesn't really, you know, take away, you know, like, from my final judgment. It's just a real nit point for me, and it just needs to just be mentioned just in case you want to play this game for yourself. Now, card mode. Now, once you play Mirror World to your disintent, or where you want to shoot yourself in the brain, you'll take the money you win and you'll be able to buy cards. Now, buying cards is important if for no other reason than the metagame of selecting your character. Now, because cards are your arcana, your moon, your groove, your gauge, whatever, the cards represent that. Because it takes certain cards go well together, certain players know how to use certain cards a certain way in an inventive way. So it's really, again, like I say, it's a really big part of that initial metagame of selecting your character. Because if you don't have the right card or use the right card in the right way, then your deck pretty much sucks and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage because you could have a nice card in your deck which you can use. Now, the thing that kind of brings the game full circle is that every character has a confined and return event. Now, what makes this special, you know, in a very toku nerdy sort of way, is that when you get to Kamen Rider Thrust, who we all also know as Guy from Kamen Rider Ryuki, you know, that's how you get down, is that the confined event is his card. So he gets two of them. This makes Kamen Rider Thrust dangerous for this reason. Metagame style, the confined event makes a card disappear from your opponent's deck. So if your opponent has a card that they like to use, you can eliminate that off the base. The best way to use confined vent is build up enough meter to use it and then take away that final vent. Because if you take away a final vent, you take away 50% damage possibly being done to you in any situation. But when you come to Kamen Rider X, as we all know as Tiger, his exclusive card, which he never used in the show, in Ryuki, or any of the movies or 13 Riders, is the return vent. The return vent is the cancel to the confined vent. Where once someone uses a confined vent against you, if you have enough meter to use a return vent, you're able to undo that. Now let's bring it full circle. Let's say I'm playing with Kamen Rider Thrust and I use a confined vent. You then use a return vent. I use another confined vent, and you're back to square one again. That's the power of having two of those in your deck at the same time. Because you can pretty much, you have to use a whole lot of advent meter to do it, but it's possible to shut your opponent's offense down by just using both of your confined vents. But it only uses for one round, so you may want to be careful how to do it. But it is a really big example about how the metagame works. So it is what it is with that. And options mode, nothing really here, but you know, you can look at the credits if you want. You know, that's what you get into. Now, before we take a look at characters, I have one thing to discuss, and we'll get into advent deck building, and then we'll get into battle bets as we always do. Now, remember what I said earlier about the one problem I have about this game? Now, keep keep in mind about what I said earlier about the cool stuff about having the return event, an exclusive card that was never used in the show, but is very present in the video game, which means that the people who make this game love Tokusatsu, they love Kamen Rider, and they pay attention to that type of cool shit. Here's the thing.
Let's do this.
You hear that? That don't sound like Steven Lunsford to me. You know what that sound like? That sound like Ichigo Kurosaki. Oh wait, because damn it, it's Johnny on Wash. Oh, but it gets better. Dick McDurper. Now, this is my only problem with this game. Now, before somebody make a smart ass comment, no one knows the voice actor plight like me because I'm a fan of voice actors and actresses. I follow a whole bunch of them on Twitter. I follow their Facebook and all that. They are wonderful people who give their own time and don't get paid a whole lot to do it to give life to the characters that we love and care for. Here's the problem with all of that. When it comes to the Climate Hero series, for the most part, the actors and actresses, in some cases, who portray the characters, for the most part, they're usually able to come back and do the voice for that rider. I look at it like, you mean to tell me that Steven Lunsford and Matt Mullins and the rest of the crew didn't really have nothing to do while they was on their lunch break? Like, y'all couldn't go pull them in the trailer and say, ouch, oh my god, he hit me, such and so forth, and call it a day. But I understand that it may not have been the way the actress is called, whatever, but to go get voice actors to portray these characters is retarded. It just pulls me out of the experience knowing that it would have took out 2 seconds, because the characters, I don't think a character in this game has more than maybe 10 lines, and I'm being generous saying 10. You hear me? I'm being generous saying 10 lines at the most. You telling me y'all couldn't get the actors to just say their lines and just be done with it to make it a full experience? It's nonsensical to me, and it's just that it's worth mentioning because that's important to a fan to be able to play a game like this and be like, oh, that's actually Kit Taylor, that's actually Lynn, and such and such. Hearing Johnny Young Box play Kit Taylor, that pulls me out the experience. I love Rashine, my dude. Keep getting paid or whatever, but don't voice my Kamen Riders, alright? No. You a Power Ranger. Stick to that. Alright? Stick to that. Stick to, being a Black Ranger. You're a boss. Mastodon. Whatever. Just no. We need to move on from this, because if I keep talking, I'll be bitching about this all day long. I will. I swear to God I will. But enough about that. My main Kamen Rider Strike, and we'll pick Kamen Rider Siren. Welcome to Deck Building. Now, in Strike's case, because of how the show works, he has 3 final events. The final event of himself, Kamen Rider Stings, and Kamen Rider Thrust. Now, Venom Maker is so fucking broken, you don't want to have any, you don't want to summon any other admin monster other than him. You don't, because you can save that stuff with Kamen Rider Sting, and you definitely, that run through with Thrust, that's just, that's black. I'm going to show you why you should stick to using a boss like Venomsnake. Combine Vent, Return Vent, Sword Vent, and he has a whole bunch of vents, and I like Sword Vent. I like Sword Vent over Strike Vent personally. This, stay away from Unite Vent, my friend. Stay away from it. Genocide is garbage. Because all you do is get sucked in and drop on the top of the screen down. You can't combo. Even if you had an event meter, you can't link a final vent to it. It's just stupid. Just don't pick it ever, and you'll be perfectly fine. And of course, we go to the underground courtyard because this is the stage we always go to when we go to battle bases for a Kamen Rider game. You guys should be used to this by now, how we get down.
Nice place to get fed.
See, there's that not JTC thing. Yeah, there's that not Karaoke box thing either. But, you know that things by now, but just so everybody's new. Up is jump, tap back, double tap, forward back step. Forward and a back step like that. The L button moves toward you, R button away from you. Y is your light punch, B is your heavy, A is the use of cards, just use the combined vent there, and your advent summon. And the other thing which I just completely spaced out on is that you can move, you can use the right analog stick because I am using the classic controller in this demonstration to select your card. Now, what I want to say before I begin, this is one of the other little small things I didn't like was having the setup. Now this adds another extra meta game to it because the best way, like say if you accidentally tap the button or you can set your button, the best way to set up what you're going to use next is to score a hard knockdown and then just select your card. In later games, all the cards that a card from a rider from Dragonite or Ryuki in the case of O's and 4's is you do a certain command with a special button and then it uses that much amount of stock which you have having to flick through and all that stuff. Now, because we all know about the buttons and how they work by now, I figured that this time we skip to the fun stuff and I get to show you why Strike and Venom Snake are so damn broken. Yeah, this is why Kamen Rider Strike is the best character in the game. That one combo, which is back heavy. If you notice, look how long they come down from that uppercut and look how long. But wait, I won't get into that. Now let me show you. Combine that with the rider cancel. Look how quick. Cause just watch closely. As soon as he starts to wind up for the punch, you can rider cancel out of it. You can rider cancel out of it as soon as that punch starts. So that move is just mad good. If you combine it with a couple of rider cancels, kind of like this. You can do stuff like that. Now that wasn't the full combo because in order for that combo to work, you have to score damn, I messed up. In order to score, I'm sorry, you have to make sure your character, your opponent wall bounces off the floor, and then you summon Venom Snake after that. So let me see if I can actually land it the correct way. See if I can actually land it. I'm messing up. Cause see, it's like with that uppercut, it acts real weird, and as you'll see in a minute, it leads to some interesting properties. That's not gonna hit, but it did the full 26 hits. And as you saw right there, that's the other reason you want Venom Snake, because that is the best OTG in a fighting game I've seen in a very long time. It scored massive damage, and it's just sick. Hold up, I'm landing this combo. I was practicing the combo before I started the review today, and I don't believe that I am embarrassing myself and wasting your time by trying to land it. Nope. That it wasn't it, because it didn't do the wall bounce. Because it's damn. Just show you some fun real quick. Now, if you had 7 meters, you could do this. Usually, if you had 7 meters, you could do this, and you could probably damn near kill it. you could probably damn near kill your opponent with that combo. If this game was 7 meters. Now, it's like in the future games, in order to land a combo like that, you would have to be an assault gauge character. Those are those great gauge characters that I talked about in the birthday video. But in the old game, you would have to like have a transformation. Strike doesn't have one, so even if he had one, he wouldn't be able to utilize a combo that nasty. Gotcha! There it is. You gotta love it. Like you guys, if you go back and watch it and then notice it, that wall bounce is the key, because what happens is it happens really quickly, but when Venom Snaker comes out, he actually hits Siren on the way up, which stalls the wall bounce, and then he shoots that Venom, which makes sure it throws all 13 hits. Now, before we get out of here, maybe about a month ago or so, I posted on my Facebook page that I made wall splats happen in a game where they don't exist. This is that game, and let me show you that same combo. No, I missed it. Oh, I got it. What are you bounce behind me? Booyah! And that's it. To explain the combo while Strike is kicking the shit out this girl, is that the way the animation works is because when Strike does his first punch after a rider cancel, he does like an extra step to step in to make sure that punch hits. So what it does is that the animation acts weird and it flips him behind. And when Strike is behind Siren, Venom Snaker always is summoned towards your opponent. So no matter where you are, Venom Snaker is always summoned towards where you're looking at, which will always be your opponent, which has Venom Snaker come from behind, and because it does that one hit to set them up, because let me see if I can actually just do a plain Venom Snaker summon just to show you. You have to be real close. It's weird to set up before he actually, because if he comes in at the right angle, he actually pops the opponent up and they shoots them forward. What it does in that combo, because it comes from behind, it adds another element to the combo and makes them wall splat so that you can hit the combo. Practice that on your own time. You know, get at me if you got any questions. So, we should do the damn thing, you know, wrap this the hell up. Now, what is done in this game is what I like to call force balancing, because they decided to follow the way advent decks work so closely within Dragonite and Ryuki. It sets up the advent gauge so it's not as broken. We don't get to actual balance, we get the force act, because before that it was free to do a rider finale. In this game, it costs you your full advent gauge no matter what. And that's where it started. Now, I think in O's, if I'm not mistaken, it cost, in O's it was still free. And I think in Thursday, it's 50% of your bar to do it with the 2 stocks. And then if you hit it, it uses the remainder 2 stocks to finish it off. So, they made it harder and harder for people to just spam, you know, to spam rider finales and all that stuff, because that stuff led to what used to be 33% in the old games, which is 50% now, because there's only one gauge. There's only one life meter. It's not like it ain't Fatal Fury style meters where it's multiple meters and such and such and so and blah 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 blah. Well, that about wraps this up. Now, if I'm gonna give this a score, I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9 for the simple fact Forza does it way better. I don't need Vic McDurp in my game, and those are the only problems I actually have with it. The only problem in the mirror world, I need to play the game a million times to unlock it. Those are the only, like, the Vic McDurp thing, that's a real big thing. Him and Bosch and Liam O'Brien, and I think Kyle Hubert's in this game. I think he's Zadiac, if I'm not mistaken. It's a whole bunch of people that I normally hear in my animes and my TV shows in a game about a TV show that's about a TV show, but y'all don't belong in it because they should have got the people from the TV show to voice your own damn character. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to say. But yo, I am out of here. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be christening the Diary of a Game Whore page with a brand new review. It just feels good. It just feels good to be back. You know what I mean? Real talk. It just feels good to be back. So I'm gonna do what it do. What I always do. It's your boy Triple DOAGH. Always thank y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Kicking in with your boy, man. Reviews ain't gonna be few and far between anymore, dog. I'm full of focus. I'm like Joe Budden. I'm full of focus, man. On the beat in the rover, man. We do it up. What? I'm gonna go play Def Jam Vendetta now. That's what I'm gonna do. I swear to God. I'm gonna tell my way. I'm gonna go play Def Jam Vendetta. I ain't played Def Jam Vendetta in forever, but I'm done. You know what it is. Your boy Rex Soprano. Triple God. Game is #1 dope, man. Make sure to subscribe to Diary of a Game Whore if you haven't. Subscribe over to the dojo page. All the latest Persona 4. I'm back in the mix in KOF. Thinking about putting up some Melty Blood. You know, thinking about doing a whole lot of stuff, but it's a whole lot of reasons why I can't do a lot of the games I would like to share with you guys, and games that you guys would like to see. For, you know, YouTube reasons. Yeah, you know how it is. But yeah, I'm done. I'm done for real. Straight up. I swear to God, I'm done. But yeah, you know what it is. Your boy Triple God, man. Game is #1 dope, man. I'll see y'all later. Peace.